Hello, this is Arline Roden, and I'm going to be doing a full moon meditation. The full moon period is a time of opportunity, a time when humanity can become receptive to spiritual impression. It is said that at the time of the full moon, it is as if the door stands open between the inner and outer consciousness, a door through which spiritual energies can more easily contact and impress human consciousness. The purpose of the full moon meditation is to work together as a group to contact, hold, and distribute spiritual energy in the service of the planet as a whole. The power and effectiveness of this work lies in its group focus and its selfless intent. The full moon period is a 5-day approach consisting of 2 days of preparation, the day of the full moon itself, followed by the 2 days of distribution when the contacted energies are released into human consciousness. And so, as a group, we are focusing on bringing in energies so that the consciousness of humans and the consciousness of all on our planet can begin to evolve at a greater and greater rate. And so I thank all of you that are on live, but I'll also go ahead and post this on my timeline so you can see it, and then I'll probably put it on YouTube. So thank you very much for joining, and I'm going to start the meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes and just find a comfortable posture for your body. Take some deep, slow breaths in and out. And the intention for our meditation is to inspire everyone to have compassion for themselves and others. I feel that everything can find liberation through love. And first, I invite you to take a few moments to just tune in to your physical body. At times we become so busy with our day that we're thinking and we're moving and we're doing. And so we want to just settle in and notice. You can begin to notice your feet and your toes and your ankles and your legs, your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs. Just really notice what you feel in that area of your body. Just acknowledging any sensations or anything you become aware of. And also I invite you to take some time to really express appreciation and gratitude to your legs and your feet for all that they do for you each day. That as we focus positive energy in our bodies, the energy flows more freely and we can have a greater level of health. And then begin to notice your torso, starting at the base of your torso, perhaps noticing in the area of your tailbone, which is by the root chakra, and also noticing in the bowl of the pelvis near the sacral chakra, and then in or around the navel area, your mid-back and your midsection, where we find the solar plexus chakra. So just notice in that area of your torso any physical sensations, anything you're aware of, and just acknowledging it. And then again, take some time to express your appreciation and gratitude for that part of your body, for all that it does for you each day. And then moving up past the diaphragm into the chest area where we find the heart center, and all the way up to the base of the throat. Just really noticing that area of your body. And again, expressing your gratitude and appreciation for all the upper part of your torso does for you each day. And then begin to notice your shoulders and upper arms and elbows and lower arms and wrists and hands and fingers. Once again, being open to any physical sensations, anything you notice while you're focusing on your arms and your hands. And expressing your gratitude and appreciation to your arms and your hands for all that they do for you each day. And then bringing your awareness to your throat and your neck, where we find the throat chakra. And expressing gratitude and appreciation there as you just notice anything that comes into your awareness as you focus in that area. It's about communication, speaking and listening. And then begin to notice the entire area of your head, including your scalp and your facial muscles. And we know that the level of the eyebrows between the eyes, that we have the third eye chakra, and the crown at the top of the head. And really expressing your appreciation and gratitude for all that your head does for you each day. And noticing any physical sensations, anything else. And now that you've checked in with your body slowly in various areas, I invite you to just bring your awareness to your physical body as a whole. Do you notice any tension or stress, discomfort, anything like that? If you do, you could take a deep breath in and then imagine and visualize that you're breathing out through an area where you feel perhaps stress or discomfort. And you'll probably notice that area relaxing more deeply. And so we want to come to a place of very deep relaxation and centeredness as we meditate. And so each of us have two streams of energy flowing vertically through us. We have the beautiful earth energy that we connect with from Mother Earth, flowing into the bottoms of our feet and flowing upward in us. And we're made up of all the elements of the earth. So we want to be very grounded and very connected to the earth energy so that we have vitality and strength, stamina. And that beautiful earth energy flows all the way through the core of our body to the top of the head. And then we reach up to higher consciousness as we invite in a greater flow of energy, perhaps from our higher self, our divine soul, the divine, however you want to think of that. But those beautiful higher energies come down and they begin to flow into us at the crown center and flow downward through the core of our being and flow out the bottoms of the feet and anchor down into the earth. And what does that feel like when you have focused on bringing a greater flow of earth and higher energies through the core of your being? Perhaps connecting with your heart center, that beautiful center chakra where we can find harmony and balance. In Chinese medicine, we call it the Sea of Tranquility. But it's also where we can experience compassion, our theme for tonight. Compassion for ourselves. If you consider your day, do you feel there have been areas maybe that you weren't as compassionate to yourself as you would like to be? And if you notice that, just know that you can shift that. You can begin to be compassionate to yourself at all times, expressing a very deep, deep love. And as you find that energy of compassion, then you can begin to radiate that out and express that in the world to others. And as we bring that higher energy in, that soul energy, the energy of the soul is such a positive energy that the more that we reach up and have that intention of connecting more and more strongly with our soul, then more and more of the soul's light shines down into us, comes into the crown, and begins to flow into our heart centers. And you might even want to focus on creating an inner sanctuary in your heart. You could imagine that there's a beautiful space in your heart where you can go to in meditation, perhaps seeing it as a beautiful place in nature, perhaps even where there's maybe a beautiful waterfall and a small body of water near where you are, and that there's very green grass and beautiful flowers, and just a very beautiful place where you can be, and imagine yourself there. And as you are focused within your heart center in that beautiful, beautiful, warm heart space, I invite you to be more and more open to your divine soul and to those higher energies. What are you noticing as you open in this way? Are you feeling a great sense of calm and centeredness? Are you able to be fully present in this moment? And so the more that you are relaxed and centered and have the intention of opening to a greater and greater flow of your soul's energy and light, And every time you reach up and that soul light and energy comes down to you, you're widening that path between you and your soul. And more of your soul can be present within you. And so many people are really wanting to move into their hearts, come from their heart centers. And that happens slowly over time as you have that intention and you ask for your soul's assistance. And that beautiful, beautiful positive energy comes down and is anchored in your head and in your heart, so that your head and heart begin to beat with the same rhythm. And the more you slow down, the more you'll feel a connection to that slow, steady rhythm of the earth. And we begin to slow our mental activity down. Just really being present to yourself. And when you come into this beautiful, beautiful balanced space of your heart, I invite you to open to any inspiration from your divine soul and the higher energies about your spiritual path. As we connect with this beautiful, beautiful full moon energy, we become the conduit for it into the world. So we bring it into ourselves. And then for the next 2 days, we can radiate this beautiful energy out into the world. So that we are helping to boost the speed of human evolution. And so that others begin to find that inner peace that comes with being on a spiritual path that feels just right to you. We each have our own unique path to follow, but together we can support each other and be present to each other. And so even though we're not physically in the same space, we are all physically on this earth. We are all connected through the etheric webbing from our etheric bodies to the webbing of the earth and connecting with each other. So on the etheric level, we are all one. And we all have an emotional nature. So we also connect in to the astral plane, the planetary astral plane. And so as each of us feels peace and joy in our hearts, we can resonate with all others in our group. And there is a way that we connect on the mental level. That there is actually a mental grid work, universal mind, it's called, where we can connect with each other that way. Some people are able to connect telepathically, and perhaps all of humankind is moving in that direction. It's just like when you think about someone and they call or email you or text you. We have that beautiful connection. And we're also connected in consciousness. We are all part of the consciousness of this planet. And so as we reflect on our own personal intention and goals for the coming month until the next full moon, just be really open in what ways each of us can become the best person we can be, and to help with the world being the best that it can be. Sometimes we see so much of the negativity that it's hard to believe that there is a lot of positive going on in the world. And so I invite each of you, day by day, to look for all the positive things and focus on those. I mean, we do need to be informed about what's going on in the world, but what we focus on most really is what expands in our own lives. And I invite each of you to really notice how you feel right now and anchor that sense into yourself. And in your busy day-to-day lives, if you remember how you felt at this time, you'll be able to come back to that, to give yourself a little break now and then. And whenever you meditate, if you've created that beautiful sanctuary within your heart and that sea of tranquility, I invite you to focus on that. It just gives you a beautiful, familiar place to go into, to be really present to yourself. And so as we begin to slowly return from the meditative process, I invite each of you to have the thought and intention that you bring back with you this energy that you have experienced, and to anchor it into your life so that you can share it with others. And to also come back to be very well grounded. And I want to thank all of you that have connected live tonight. It's always really nice to see all of your names, see who's watching. But I know the times don't always work for everyone, so some of you will be watching this at another time. But just have the thought and the intention that you're connecting with the group energy. Sometimes I think time is just an illusion. It's something that we have here on the planet Earth to help make more sense of things. But really, our consciousness can go forward and backward in time, and so you certainly can have the intention of doing the meditation with this group live and know that you will be here. So I thank you all very much and hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. Bye-bye.